Disney, you done it again. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we're going to be talking about the film Zootopia. This is a film which somehow I was able to avoid most trailers for. The only real thing which I saw for this movie was the scene with the sloths in the DMV. That was like the only thing that I've really seen for this movie, and I'm really happy that I didn't really know what the plot of this film was. I knew it involved a bunny cop and a fox that was her partner to some degree, and that's about all I knew. And I'm so happy that's all I knew. So starting from the beginning, this film is about a bunny who has dreams of becoming a cop. Her name is Judy Hopps, and she is one of many bunnies in her family. They're all basically farmers, and she wants to become a cop, and so that's her dream, and it's something which she strives to do. And you see at the very beginning of the movie, her as a young child, she's kind of being pushed on and picked on and being told, your dreams are stupid, you're never going to live up to them. Even her parents are kind of, they're realistic, which is kind of interesting, but they're so like, hey, it's okay to have dreams, just like don't dream too big or else you're gonna fail. So it's not the typical thing that you say to a kid, but it's also something which is more realistic than telling them, oh, you can do anything that you put your mind to, when that's not really that accurate. So she strives on, and she does eventually become a cop in Zootopia, and that is where she goes. And her journey in the beginning of this film is actually very cool, and I really enjoyed seeing just kind of how she became a cop and just her origins. I really liked seeing the origins of Judy Hopps. It was really interesting to me, and it was probably one of my favorite parts of the film. When she gets to Zootopia, her dreams of becoming this ace cop who's going to protect the city and make everything grand and beautiful kind of become dashed as she has to give tickets to cars and just be a traffic cop for the first day or two. Eventually she meets up with a fox named Nick Wilde, and they have something of a connection, I'll say that. And their first meeting is actually quite good. Judy and Nick's connection and chemistry throughout the film is just really, really neat because they bounce off each other really well. And while they start off as enemies and kind of just bitter enemies who are begrudgingly having to work together to solve a case. As the case goes on, you see their chemistry begin to flow really, really well, and you see that the barriers between them begin to lower as they become better and better friends. And I really liked seeing that progression throughout this film. It felt natural, and it seemed to make sense with where both characters are at the beginning of the film. Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman, they voice Judy and Nick, and I thought they both did a very good job. They've done other live action things, but this is the first thing that I think that I've heard them do voiceovers for, so I thought they did really well. This is Disney, so as you would expect, their animation is just fantastic. I saw no real flaws whatsoever with the animation. It looked fantastic. It was crisp. It was just very well done. Even the fur on the animals you could tell that they focused on all the fibers of the hair and just animated them really, really well. And I really liked seeing that. It's such an improvement from when you look at other and older Disney films when they're first starting to use this type of animation scheme, and just seeing how far it's come. The music in this film is also really well. It helps to really build a lot of the big, more intense scenes as well as more of the emotional stuff. It's the same composer who did Inside Out, so there is a lot of similarities in regards to some of just the background music, I could tell at least. And so there is that maybe that bugged me a little bit about it, is that it wasn't as original of a score as I might have liked to hear, but it is still very well done, and I still enjoyed seeing it immensely within this film. The last thing about this movie is that the story itself, which is this investigation to figure out where these 14 missing mammals have gone to and kind of why certain animals are beginning to go savage per se. That is the main mystery of the film, but I really like the overall message that the film had whatsoever, because it's such a very good reflection of today's society, where you have these stereotypes put on people for things which happened in the past, and just when one thing is triggered, or like one individual does something which harnesses back to that past, it causes a widespread panic sometimes to ensue, and just people look badly upon the whole population for the actions of a couple individuals. And so that is generally a message which is used throughout this movie, and I thought that they did it very, very well, and they used it in cohesion with the plot, and I thought that it just worked really, really nicely, and it was a really cool thing to see with a Disney movie taking that kind of stab at today's society. There wasn't really anything that I disliked about this movie, to be honest. Like I said earlier, the music reminded me a little bit of Inside Out, so I wish it could have been a little bit more of an original score. And then the only thing I could really think of is that the ending seemed just a little bit drawn out. It wasn't necessarily a bad ending. I enjoyed it, but it just felt like it could have been maybe 5 minutes shorter or so, and it would have been just the perfect length. But that's really the only gripes that I have with this movie. I found it really, really good. It's really funny in a lot of parts. I thought the chemistry between Judy and Nick was fantastic, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if we see a sequel to this film in the next 5 years or so, because I think this one's going to do fantastic in the box office, and I really hope that we get a sequel because I think it sets one up really, really nicely. So, guys, those are my thoughts on Zootopia. Definitely check it out this weekend if you have the option. It's well worth your time. Well, guys, those are just my thoughts. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.